Okay, hello guys, good afternoon and everything else on our cargo pants video, this time Bastion dedication. Which, well, is not a dedication that turns you into a literal Bastion building, or into the Bastion from Overwatch. However, it gives you a lot of cool shield things. So, yeah, if you have a shield block at level 2, you can just pick this up and you get reactive shield, which, yeah, just allows you to raise shield as a reaction instead of just like using shield block. And it just essentially just fulfills any prerequisite for reactive shield that you normally would need. And disarming block, which is a free action, which, yeah, it's pretty cool, but just remember that 2 free actions with just the same trigger don't work. For example, this time is if you roll a shield block against a melee strike with a held weapon, you cannot essentially make a second free action against it. A second free action. So just do keep that in mind, and you need to be trained in athletics to actually do this. Now you attempt to disarm a creature that you blocked, even if you don't have a free hand. And then the best part of it is definitely Everstand Stance. Like, Everstand Stance is pretty good, For champion and fighter, it's pretty good, but you can also try to do this with other creatures, which, yeah, I recommend that you just take the Bastion dedication at like level 2 or something like this, then probably take the Everstand Stance at level 2, then Everstand Strike probably, and then decide to like pick Sentinel dedication maybe. That could be pretty cool. Or if your GM just says, hey, you can ignore the special text, which a lot of GMs do, then yeah, just you can combo it by just like picking Sentinel first, then Bastion dedication at level 4, and then just pick like Everstand Stance and stuff like this to become the best tank that ever existed in the world. And yeah, with Everstand Stance, why is it so good? Well, in this stance, you wield the shield with both hands, which, well, you waste one additional hand, but so you won't be able to use that D10 thing. You won't be able to use like your DL, like D10. I mean D8 weapon with it. However, you increase the weapon damage die of the shield boss or shield spikes by 1 step. So yeah, shield boss and shield spikes are like martial weapons that you attach onto a shield, and they deal a d6 of weapon damage. So if you actually just do the Everstand Stance, then yeah, it deals d8, so you essentially lose nothing. And why is this supposed to be like so good? Well, you increase the shield's hardness by 2 when using the shield block reaction. So yeah, you essentially don't lose pretty much any of the damage output mostly, and just increase the shield's hardness. That's really good, especially with someone like a weapon inventor. I mean, like, yeah, weapon inventor. I thought that I would make a mistake and say like armor inventor at first because defense, but yeah, I was right at the first time. And just remember, this is a stance, so yeah, the stance. And Everstand Strike, which, yeah, if you're a member of Knights of Lostfall, but remember, if it says access, then in a homebrew setting, um, you can just ignore it, you know, in any homebrew setting pretty much. So if you're wielding your shield in two hands, aka a part of Evanston stance, then yeah, you follow up your follow up blow. So yeah, make a make a strike with a wielded shield. If the strike hits and deals damage, you also raise your shield, which would be a very very good feat, you know. Except for one thing. The press rate. Which only you can only do this if you have a multiple attack penalty. That's not good. That's not good. That's pretty bad. That's pretty bad. And nimble shield hand, another thing. Ugh. The hand you use to wield the shield counts as a free hand for the purposes of interact action. You can also hold another object with this hand. You can still use it to wield a weapon. This benefit doesn't apply to tower shields, which are still too cumbersome. So yeah, I guess like that might be pretty good. But, however, you know, I myself, as your average Everstand stance enjoyer, I personally just really like tower shields. Okay, however, I do realize that sturdy shield is very very good also. Yeah, like if you're planning on picking a shield, then pick a sturdy shield, or if you are a druid, then pick a woven wood shield. These are like the best things. These are like the best shields that you can pretty much get, in my opinion, because they give you the best defense that you can have, except of course like this one. Over here called Scale of Igrun, which yeah, Scale of Igrun, this is the best scale. This is the best shield. This is the best shield you'll ever see. However, because it's a level 21 shield, then you probably want to use it. You probably want to use sturdy, or if you're a druid, then woven wood shield, just to like use it with this. And shielded stride, which when you have your shield raised, you can stride to move half your speed without triggering reactions that are triggered by movement, like attack of opportunity. You can use shielded stride while like using any others with flying or swimming instead. However, I would just allow it with like any other speed, just like, you know, barrel speed or something like this. No, drive back. Another Knights of Lostful thing, which yeah, it just doesn't matter at all, unless you're specifically in like a Golorion setting or playing an adventure path, then it doesn't matter at all. Trigger: an enemy within your reach strikes an ally adjacent to you, and you have your shield raised, then guess what it does? You attempt to shove the enemy, pushing the enemy just after the attempt. So your your shield has the shove trait. Shove at for this shove attempt. If the shove succeeds, you throw off the enemy's timing, and the creature takes -1 penalty to the roll against your ally. And that's pretty good. And reflexive shield, which yeah, you just get the shield bonus. Um, you just get add the shield bonus to the shield AC bonus to the reflex saves if you have shield block. Um, then you can block any reflex save damage even if it's not physical. Now, Shield Warden, which it either prerequisites you to be a Divine Ally shield with talents of good, or just be a fighter. Because fighters get just shield block for free. You use your shield to protect your allies. When you have a shield raised, you can use shield block reaction when when an attack is made against an ally adjacent to you. If you do, the shield prevents an ally from taking damage instead of preventing you from taking damage. Following the normal rules for shield block. Then yeah, we got some more stuff with destructive block, which when you shield block you can reduce the damage. You can reduce the damage to yourself by double the shield's hardness, but the shield will take double the damage it would have taken before applying the hardness. You cannot use destructive shield block if your shield can't be broken or destroyed, such using indestructible shield. Which, yeah, that's this little line. I would delete it. I would delete it personally. However, I can see it balance wise. And quick shield block, which yeah just allows you to shield block even if you don't have like your shield raised. I think. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. It just gives you one more reaction you can use to shield block. Yeah. I'm mistaking it for another feat, I think. And mirror shield, which yeah, if an opponent casts a spell critically fails on a spell attack roll against your DC, and you have shield raised, then you can make a range attack against the triggering creature without you using your highest proficiency with a ranged weapon. If you can cast spells, you can make spell attack roll instead. If you succeed, the opponent takes the effects of a successful spell attack roll for their own spell, or the effects of a critical success if your attack roll was a critical success. Now, Shield Salvation, which, yeah, if the shield would be destroyed due to taking damage from your shield block, the shield remains intact at 1 hit point instead. Its construction is weakened until the next time you repair it, preventing you from using shield salvation to save the same shield until your next daily preparations. So just remember, have just like free spell shields. Yes, just free spare shields. This could be pretty funny. I don't know if Everson's stance would require you to, at least, I don't know how your GM would rule this, but technically with like Everson's stance, I don't know if this would be illegal. Yeah, so could you technically maybe just decide to drop the shield as a free action and draw the shield also as an action, at the same time? Would you then just quit the stance, or would you just like get the stance going so you don't need to waste 2 actions to actually just like drop it? I mean, I hope that it's I hope that you don't waste the action. However, rules as written, it probably wouldn't work like this. However, just tell me, how would you rule this? Yeah, I'm genuinely wondering how would you rule this. And yeah, just tell me that in the comments. And how much time did it take? 16 minutes to talk about this. Yeah, it's getting longer and longer. I hope the next video will be kind of shorter, because I don't know if your attention spans in this age are like big. And yeah, I know that I'm also a part of Gen Z and stuff like that, but you know, like mentally, I'm just like a grandpa. I'm a grandpa mentally.